don't know where you're at exactly, but
Ooh, recording in progress.
All right,
okay.
we're screen now.
So we're recording that. That's good because there were a couple people that couldn't be here,
I see
and that'll answer your
your
question,
name,
Craig. Is that
but
at
not your
times
picture
we'll
right
have
now.
what's that?
Walter wondered if he was back up on the screen yet. I just said I see his name, but not his picture yet.
Okay, well, we don't
But it does say
want
he's
us.
connecting.
I went out.
Walter Cronkite.
Okay.
Now I see me, which is not on that side at all, but I don't see anybody else.
Okay.
Well, there's, like I said, up in the upper right hand corner of that black field, there's a view. If you hover up in the upper right hand corner, there's a view, and it says gallery, or there's an. I haven't gone back from gallery. I'm on the gallery, and that's why I got all these pictures in front of me. So I don't know about the rest of you guys, but I can see about 16 people, 18 people.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Okay.
Andrew Chris Galkins, yeah.
Hollywood swears.
All right, so let's talk about a couple of things. What I see on here, there's some people that I know, some people that I don't know. And I do see some people on here with quite a bit of experience and a couple of people with maybe some more limited experience. So I'm going to go around and I'm going to ask a couple of questions of people that I don't know um, that may be very brand new here. Trip, um, how much experience do you have?
This is my first year.
It's your first year ever. Do you
Yes.
have you done some little league baseball of any kind or
Yeah, I've done a couple games in the past for
okay.
like White Lake.
Okay. White Lake, like little kids, 12-year-olds, whatever, or
Yeah.
that age group. Okay. Okay, that's great. Um, Wesley, I know, has got a couple of years experience. Bruce, you just moved into the area from the east side, is that right? Bruce
I've been
Glosser?
here. I've been here 4 years. So
4 years now. Okay.
Well,
So
yeah,
I'm just so you're just somebody I'm just meeting rather than that, right?
yeah. I'm just here to listen to you guys. Like I like listening to you guys.
I don't know what your problem is, man. um, Todd, you have experience more as a coach than a umpire, is that correct?
No,
or?
I did about 12 or 13 years, and when my boys started high school back in 2012, I took off, and that's when I was helping coach, and so
Okay,
they're
so
grown
you
and gone and back at it.
back at it then. Okay, great.
both
Great.
sides, both sides of the spectrum.
Yeah.
All right. And then for me, Larry up in the upper right hand corner. Is that right? Larry, I don't think I apologize. I don't recognize you. Can you unmute and talk to me for a second?
Yes, Larry Meisty.
Oh, Larry Meisty. Oh, okay, okay. I just didn't
18.
put the face with the name then. Okay,
Okay.
that's fine. Right. That's awesome. Awesome. And then who just joined down there that's I don't have a name for this person. Samsung SM572.
Well, that's
Introduce yourself to the group. Who is that?
Greg. Speak up.
Oh, I'm Samsung. Okay.
No, 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 no.
Wrong
There's
guy?
another person on here.
Yeah,
I can't.
Oh, I see you down at the bottom.
Down at the bottom. Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll hopefully we'll.
Samsung. Remember, Rick?
Yeah,
do we
there's
know?
no name. There's no name invited with that one. I don't.
Oh,
have
that was
Trip Wilson.
okay.
No.
Oh, maybe that was somebody that wasn't supposed to be here.
Maybe
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
USADA. I don't know who that is either. All right. Just really quick, Mike Van Dyke, message for you. When you picked up gear from me the other night, your shin guards, I believe, are one from 2 different sets. You might want to check that and we'll get back together. Okay. Mike?
Still.
Yeah, I think we know who USDA is now.
Who
Well,
is,
Dave-
oh, Fish. Hey, bud.
That's USAD.
USADA, right?
USADF. Yeah,
USADA.
that makes sense. Morning, Dave.
Good
We just
morning.
invited somebody in that I don't know who it was, but somebody's in here as an interested umpire. I don't know who that is.
Dave Hedges, Chris.
Oh, is that? Oh, okay. Oh,
That's
hi, Dave.
me.
Yeah. All right.
Me.
That's fair. All right.
Just
Well,
trying to
I'll just-
learn. Just trying to learn every moment.
Are you really now?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's kick off the meeting. Welcome Saturday morning. I don't want to keep you guys an incredibly long time. Try and get you out of here by noon. Hopefully, that works with Walter and Rick. I set this up because, well, I know we'll do our best. I know it'll work with you, Rick, but I don't know about Walter. I set this up because it's difficult to get people together throughout the year. And just these Zoom meetings work pretty well to just gravitate information from one source to the next. Hopefully, I have everybody here is familiar with Arbiter.
What's that?
Relatively familiar, very familiar. Trip, you're probably not very familiar with it. So I'm gonna try and show you a few things on the Arbiter that just to start with as a new umpire, you're gonna want to be able to communicate. You're gonna want to be able to be assigned games, number one, since that's really what at least mostly what we're here for is to try and get out and get on the field and umpire baseball games. Hopefully for the love of the game, but make a little bit of money too. And it's certainly not a bad way to do that. So I'm going to try and bring up a couple of screens from Arbiter so that you'll see them. The one I want to pay particular attention to is the blocks screen, so that you know how to set your schedule so that assigners won't bother you and you won't have to turn back games and stuff like that, because it becomes confusing and it becomes frustrating for both parties, assigners and umpires alike. So I want to show you those things. I also want to show you a couple of things on the MHSA website where you can gather information. Walter is back in now. He's out.
Hey,
now he's
Chris, does Arbiter have a app?
Yes, Arbiter does have an app.
Here you are. You made it.
I can actually show you that.
Okay, I just got Chris.
Okay.
You're up
If
and
you can
running now.
you can see my phone right
Okay.
here. It's kind of
I'm
hard
gonna
maybe
hang
to
up now.
see it. But yeah, there's just a little app for Arbiter that if you go to your Play Store, Google Play Store or whatever, and just download Arbiter Sports, it will bring it right up for you. And it's very easy to work off your phone. You can't do all the applications and all the blocks aren't don't seem to me to be as set as going to the regular website. But
So when I did download it, and the problem I had, it has a home and a profile on the bottom, but there's nothing. It just has my name under profile, but home is a blank screen.
is that the one on the your app on the phone? Is that
Yeah,
what you're talking
but
about?
then if I go to Arbiter on the web, then I can go through and do everything. But the app, it's blank. It's
nice.
So
well,
I can download it and try it again. That's fine.
We'll work on that, and maybe that you don't have anything in there yet. I didn't assign a game to you yet, so maybe once I assign you a game, can you go into the menu and go to other spots like inbox and stuff like that, or doesn't show you that at
No.
all?
And maybe I had the one, because there were a couple different Arbiter apps. And I just picked the red one that just said like AS. So
Yeah, it
maybe I
should be.
had the wrong one.
There are a couple of different ones. You do want Arbiter Sports.
Is that the one?
No,
That
it
could be.
looks like this. It looks like if let's see if I can get it up there where you can see it. That way, right there.
Okay, I saw
See
that.
that one? Okay.
Yeah, if you look for Arbiter Mobile.
It says
it'll find
Arbiter
it.
Mobile, right?
Arbiter Mobile. Yes,
Arbiter
yeah,
Mobile.
Rick, it does. Yeah, it says Arbiter Mobile.
Got it.
All right,
Thank-
let's see. Let's see what I can get you guys up here. Let's look at Arbiter Sports. Where do we go here? I want to share screen. Share screen.
As inconvenient as it is, we could just log into Arbiter Sports .com
could.
every time.
You could, but what do you see now? What do you see right now?
A black screen with your name started sharing. Now we see your Arbiter.
Okay, good. Well, that's awesome. All righty then. Let's see if we can make this all work. Thought I had it set up and then it kicked me back out. All righty. Here is what it looks like. Can you guys see this screen, right?
Now that's the Arbiter Sports screen, right? That's not the Arbiter Mobile.
That is not the Arbiter Mobile. That is your regular Arbiter screen that you would see when you log into the computer.
Right.
So if you're going to find your schedules right here. So when you hit your schedule, it'll show you your schedule. It shows you that's your dashboard, excuse me. So here's my schedule. Here's the schedule. So it'll list all your games as they come up. It'll list all your events that are happening. Canceled games, obviously, that happen. A couple things I want to show you on this screen here. If you're ever need, obviously, you know, with the advantageous GPS that we have on our phone, we don't typically have to worry about that. But if you ever need somebody's contact information or a school's address or whatever, or the contact information of anybody at the school, you can hit the school and it'll have all the phone numbers that are available and email addresses that are available for them. Let's see if I can get this out of my way. Get that out of the way. Exit. Go back. Okay, here we go. Also on here, and this is something that you'll see. You want your partner's information. Typically, you always, Walter will talk about this a little bit later, but you want to contact all your partners. They are all listed on here, each one individually, and everybody has a little. Sorry, did I question?
Nope.
Okay. Everybody's information is right here. We'll just make Jeff Knapp the subject. So Jeff's got all of his stuff here. We've got information. If I needed a map, I could go to maps. It's got his email address. Jeff obviously needs to get his eligibilities up to date. And he has a photograph. Please have a photograph on your Arbiter. It's not hard to do, but make sure that it's done, because a lot of times for assigners, it's hard to. Again, like with Larry, hard to match faces with names. So
how do you do that?
What's that?
You go to my settings or whatever.
If you're here in your account, I think that you can just click on. You see where I'm just pointing onto my picture right here. I think if you just hit on your picture right there, that you can bring up a picture from your computer and pop it right in there.
From my phone also,
And
I
just
don't have a
upload it. You
computer.
can just upload it from your computer,
Okay. Well,
but it has to
In
be
the-
done. I believe this has to be done from the computer
Okay.
itself. I don't think you can
in
do
the
that from the
future,
other.
thank you.
Okay. All right. Let's see if I can get back out of this. Okay. So we got our schedule page. We've got all of our schedule, all of our events, possible events that we're going to go to, all of that sort of thing. The next thing that you want to be interested in is your blocks page. So we'll
Chris?
go take a look. Yes.
You might want to remind them on the date where it says future, make sure that says future on it, or they're not gonna be able to see any of the games coming up.
Good point, Ron. Yeah. This little action line here, where it says date and it says future, gives you options. You can have past, you can have the last week, and you can break down your schedule. So you could look at your schedule for just the next 30 days, or you can look at it to show everything that you've had for the entirety of, what hasn't been deleted off of Arbiter. Will show up, but you want it to say future so that you see all your future games. Other than that, you might have a blank screen. Todd, I don't know. Maybe that's I don't think that has to do with that, but so again, got all that together. We've got names, we've got our games are accepted. When you have a game that comes up that you need to accept, it'll basically have a little accept box over here. I think I've got a couple of Zoom meetings that I haven't accepted from the WMUA that you can hit the accept box, go up here to submit and hit submit, and you'll accept your games. And then that says, I plan on being there.
Great.
Any questions about that? Anybody
Are we going
that's new? I know most of you guys know this. I know that it's a refresher, but
Are
just
we
kind of
going to
bear with
Zoom
us.
in the future?
Sure.
Are we going to Zoom, Chris? In the future, are we going to Zoom for most of the meetings?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Not necessarily. I thought I think it's good just kind of get a kickoff, get everybody on the same page. And again, it's hard for everybody to get together. I mean, we have, if I look at this list, we have people here from Holland and Muskegon, and it looks like Ludington. So, we're gathering people from a lot of different places. So this is advantageous to a great degree, but it's not the only way. And I don't think it's necessarily the best way, but it's what's happening today. So
in person, yes, more emotions and all that. Get that.
Yeah. Okay.
Craig,
So
I think Craig, for your information, you would probably be more interested in what USAOA is probably going to do, and our scheduled meetings are going to be at Mona Shores.
Okay. As long as they fall on my non-working weekend when I'm not working, I work every other.
Well, I hope we can accommodate that, and I hope you can get that figured out too.
Yeah. We'll get those dates together. We'll send them out as events, and then if you're available, then you'll do them. If we can tape them, we'll tape them, and then you'll be able to do it like that. So, all right.
Great,
So let's get beyond that, and let's take a look at the blocks page here. All right. So blocks, right? We can do a couple of different things here. This is your blocks page. So all of these red marks are dates that are all blocked out. These blue dates are dates that I have filled in that are I'm scheduled to work through an assigner at the MHSAA or otherwise. These light colored dates are dates that I have times blocked out for just partial days. So I don't particularly, on these particular days, I have meetings scheduled or appointments scheduled with my wife or whatever for the morning time. So I don't want to have to rush home. So I'm not scheduled to work until 5:30. And if somebody can use me after that, then they can schedule me. But obviously nobody has. And frankly, I'm happy to have the day off. So You can, if you come over to this left side and you can see this action menu here, gives you the opportunity to block the entire day, block a partial day, clear your blocks. You can add notes and you can do what they call a firm block. So if I wanted to block a day, for example, I'll just go into March and I'll just block a day in March for you real quick, just for fun. Come on, March. There we are. Let's block the 11th of March just for whatever reason. So if I wanted to block the entire day, I would just come over here to block the all day. I click on this. I have to wait for the screen to refresh. Can't just go click it. So now I can block all the dates that I want. I can go to the 11th. I can block that date. Adrian, you're having a problem. So I can block the 11th, and now the 11th comes up blocked. And then I can continue through here and block as many dates as I need to. If I want to clear that block, I come over to the left side, push clear blocks, wait for the screen to refresh, come back to the 11th, hit that, clear that block. You can block groups of dates up here in the date range. You can, if I went to block all day and I wanted to block, say, the month of July, if I'm planning on a, trip to Ireland for golf, not that that's a wish of mine, but just thinking about it for
Wish of mine.
I would just go click on the box, go to July, click the entire date, hit apply, and that would block all those dates in July. So I could do it like that. If I work, say from 8 in the morning until 4:30 in the afternoon, and I want to block Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 4:30, I click on the little boxes here, right here, where it says Monday through Friday, click on those boxes, whatever, Monday through Friday, from, on this date and that date, from 11/22 to whatever, all those dates. And then when I hit that, it'll block those dates. If I come over here to the time range, I can fill in a time range from 8 to 5, and it'll block all those dates from that period of time, so that you can't be assigned for that.
I hate to make you guys do 2 trips, but I got to do this meeting.
The other thing that you can do is, if you on those particular dates say, I don't have anything planned, I don't really want to work, but I'll be around and you might be available. If you have the in-laws coming into town and that you can't possibly go out and umpire, then you can place what they call a firm block here. If you look at the right-hand side, again, where my cursor's at, there's a firm block. And if you hit that firm, now everything that I block, I say this kindly, as an assigner, if you block a date, I really can assign you a game on that date if I wish, unless you have this firm block on. If you have this firm block on, I have to call you and ask you to take it off if I absolutely possibly need somebody. If you have it blocked for a reason that might be a travel limit or something like that, then I might try and just override it and give you the opportunity to see that. Sometimes people's travel limits are set at 50 miles and the travel may be 53 miles or something like that. So I wouldn't want to take that away, to the opportunity away from somebody just for 3 miles, and I would let them decide what they want to do with that. So those are the blocks. This is the last thing I'm going to tell you about blocks, or I'll just go up here to this. You can block sites. So if there's a school that your ex-wife works at and you don't want to go there, you can block the school. You can block teams. If there's a team that the last time that if you're an experienced umpire, sometimes you've had bad experiences with teams over the years, and you just wish not to go there, you can block teams. You can block partners. If you've had a bad experience with a partner, if there's someone that you don't particularly want to work with, for whatever reason, you can block up to 3 of them. Okay. If you have to, I will say this, and Walter laughs, right? I will say this. Look, honestly, we only have to be with each other for 2 to 4 hours at a time, typically. And even at that, if you're a base umpire that's really worth your salt, why is it doing that? Oh my God.
Technology.
Walter, I'm gonna let you go. This says I have 10 minutes left. I don't know why it's doing this to me. Walter, start talking. So you can block that. You can set your travel limits right here too. Walter, you're on. You've got 10 minutes.
Oh,
I don't know why it's doing this to me, man.
it's going to be a real short meeting then.
Yeah, sorry.
So as all of you know, the meeting is pretty much focused to you new guys, and Chris wanted to go through that.
Maybe a real short meeting, apparently.
I think there's a way to
So I
extend
have
it. I think there's a way to extend it. Because you scheduled a meeting from 10 to 11, and that's why
I
it's
know.
on you.
Yeah, I'm looking into that right now.
Yeah.
Keep going, guy. Just start yapping, Walter.
All right. So what we want to do is just go over what you want to do when the season starts. All you old guys know it, but I'm going to just hit some reminders. You want to go out. Of course, you want to be registered at MHSAA. You're going to need to register with a chapter. And when you get that registration done, then the assigner, whoever it may be, whether it's Chris or Chuck down south of here or whomever it is, once you're eligible to officiate, they can see it and then they can assign it to you. So you make sure you get that paperwork done. For those of you that have MIGs and you want to be eligible. Larry, I think you saw my message. Hopefully we got the MIGs issued cleared up Monday with you. You need to go into MHSAA and also register your schedule, your varsity schedule only. It's somewhat cumbersome, but it's not all that bad. So you want to go in and make sure you put your varsity schedule in under official services. Make sure that if you're ordering new gear, get it now. So when you get it, receive it, you can check it out, make sure it fits. It's what you want. So if it isn't, you can return it and get the correct gear. I don't endorse any of them. I know MHSAA is with Smitty's. Some of you guys are old heads like me. You still go to Honig's, that kind of stuff. But just get your gear. Those of you that have gear, if you're like me, I clean it up and stow it away. But when I get it out, I clean it up again. So get your shoes polished and get your new hats or your old hats cleaned up. And then the other thing is make sure you're attending the meetings, particularly you guys that have been around a while in order to get MIGs. In other words, MIGs is member in good standing, makes you eligible to work playoff games. And Chris and all the other signers, they know those of you that are eligible and what have you. And that's pretty much what you want to do before the season starts. Before the game, your first game, you want to make sure that you call your partner. Now, as Chris pointed out, when you go into Arbiter, you can click on the game number and it'll bring up your partner's name and phone number. There happened to be one of you that I'm assigned with this year. Your phone number was not in Arbiter, but I just went out on MHSAA and looked you up and got your phone number off of that. So I don't remember who it was, but you might want to go into Arbiter and make sure your phone number is in there. Jim, it might have been you, but I'm not absolutely positive. So anyway, make sure you call your partner. And I know that sounds incredibly simple, but that way, when you get to the game, both of you will park in the same place. If you've never worked a game, for example, I've never worked a game with Tim. Now, I know Tim, but I've never worked a game with him. So I don't know where Tim normally parks if he went to West Ottawa or wherever. And then, as most of you know, some of the schools, Holland Christian being one of the worst, and maybe even the Zealand places, it is impossible almost to get a parking place unless you get there really early. This year I stole a cone, and so I will put it out there beside me at Holland Christian, so Larry will have a place to park because I always get there before Larry does. But just be cognizant of that. Know, for example, I was using Tim. Tim, I don't know what you drive, but I call Tim. Tim says, hey, I drive this and I'll park here. And that way we don't have one guy parking in one parking lot at West Ottawa and the other guy parking at the other parking lot. And you spend time trying to figure out where each other are. Park close to each other. As I said, Larry and I try to park side by side, so we're always, talking about things. Meet your partner early. Don't come screeching up there at 4:30 for a 4:30 game. Get there early, and you can do your pregame. Your pregame with your partner at the high level is, what are my coverages? What are my signals? Because some of you use more signals than others. Larry and I work a lot together, but we still have a pregame. Typically, if I'm working the plate, Larry said, well, how you feeling today? You going to cover third, or am I covering third on the naked triple? We just do it, Even I know Rick works with several different partners, but just a few, and I know they have a pregame. So make sure you get there early, park together, have a pregame, go to the field together, leave the field together. And for all you old heads, we had an umpire that he'd get pissed off at you and he'd just leave. His initials are Matt Waldron. Anyway, so make sure you go on and off the field together, and make sure in that conversation, unless you're like a lot of the old guys, you're carrying both colors shirts. Larry and I will talk about, we wearing light blue today or the powder or the dark blue today. You always want to be dressed the same. It's even a question on the test about being dressed the same. And please, I'm not picking on softball umpires, but they seem to one I see the most. Don't wear your short sleeve shirt with a long shirt underneath it. It's a bad look, and you're not supposed to do it. So you're going to leave the field together, even if you get mad at each other. Like Chris says, you're only together 2 to 4 hours. Surely you can put up with each other that long. It also affords, I hate to really say this, but it affords you some security. I know Dave Hedges is on here. Dave had an incident at West Ottawa last year, and he had to leave the parking lot for a short period of time. And when he got back, there was a problem. So make sure you try to stick together. All right. Anything about that so far? I got a couple other things. Chris, did you get the issue fixed?
No. Keep
Okay.
going. I'm gonna try and set up another meeting really quick here and see if we can just all get.
So when you get out to the field, make sure, and this actually happened to me last year and the coach got mad at me, but too bad for him. Even though you're not on the field, where we were in Finnville, and I saw Finnville trying to warm up, and the visiting team was warming up out in left field. And so I went down there and I told them they got to get off the field. And there was a little bit of an argument. Coach got a little pissed. Well, where am I supposed to go? Well, it just so happens at Finnville, you can go over behind the backstop and it's open field. But the point being here, only one team is allowed to be on the field when they're warming up. Don't let another team be out there warming up. I don't want to hear, what are we supposed to do? I don't care what you're supposed to do. You're not to be on the field. I always try to find the official scorekeeper who should be the home team. So if there's any questions about batting orders that, they come out and they question the batting order, you, of course, have got your lineup card, but it's the official scorekeeper is the official score. If the visitors don't agree with the score, then have them get together. I'm not worried about what the score is, except at the end of the game. Ask the home field coach, you got anything special today? Do we have senior day? Do we have a national anthem? Are you announcing players? So that way you kind of get a sense, of what your timing is going to be. Also look around on the field. See if you have questions that at the plate meeting they may not address, or they may address, particularly those fields that may not have fences all the way down, or you've got a post, or you've got a line that's hanging across the